Old Prague's jeweler was dying. Once affluent, his shop was vacant. Debts ruined him. Failure was all he left his children at 73. He received his father's inheritance chest, a closed wooden box he'd never touched as a boy. 5 coins were wrapped in antique fabric within. Not valuable antiques, ordinary coins from 5 nations. The letter was written by his grandfather. These pennies saved our family 3 times. Your great-grandfather used them in pogroms. I utilized them wartime. You own them now. Follow instructions precisely. Put them under your pillow in order. Say the blessing at midnight. 5 will remain in the morning. Just watch your accounts. Multiplication begins unnoticed and then manifests physically. The jeweler, dubious but desperate, followed orders. He slept after placing the 5 coins under his pillow in the correct order, saying the Hebrew blessing at midnight. His 5 ordinary coins were still there the next morning. However, around midday, a long-lost customer paid extra interest on a 7-year-old bill. An investor offered to revive the shop uninvited. By nightfall, within 3 months, business tripled. The jeweler kept the coins a secret. Secret fortunes are designed to remain. Tonight, you'll learn which 5 coins, why they must come from various countries, their placement sequence that initiates multiplication, and the midnight benediction that activates their power. Coin multiplication's biblical basis. The parable of talents, the master giving servants monies to invest and rewarding multipliers, is well known. Few get the bigger lesson. Money is spiritual. Coins are more than metal. They're a condensed human consensus about worth, branded by nations and passed through thousands of hands with intentions, prayers, curses, and blessings. By ceremony, certain coins become activated and attract wealth in Jewish mysticism. It's not superstition to know that the physical and spiritual worlds are connected. Materially manipulating coins has spiritual repercussions that multiply materially. Critical number 5. God's undeserved favor is represented by 5 in biblical numerology. Both hands have 5 fingers to work and receive. 5 Torah texts with heavenly guidance. Gathering 5 coins from 5 nations symbolizes global riches, divine grace multiplied across human civilization. Why 5 countries? The coins must be from 5 nations, 5 national currencies, not the same. This condition baffled practitioners for generations until Kabbalists explained. Each nation's currency conveys its people's consciousness and blessing, or curse. Single nation coins limit viewpoint. 5 nations symbolize global economic activity and divine allocation. The original instructions were to bring 1 coin from your birthplace, 1 from where you live, 1 from a wealthy nation, Switzerland, now Singapore or Luxembourg, 1 from a wise nation, Israel, India, Egypt, China, and 1 from a country you've never visited but feel drawn to. This represents future expansion and destiny. These coins are easy to find. Travel agencies, currency exchange businesses, and online sellers don't care about denominations. A penny as good as gold. The coin's value comes from a nation's economic energy and millions' agreement that it's valuable. Power activating order. Place the coins under your pillow in a specified arrangement. Nothing comes from random placement. The series forms a spiritual circuit, like a battery wired for current. Position 1, closest to your head, your birth coin. Your origin, root, identity, and calling are here. It grounds ritual in authenticity. The currency from your location. Present reality, your field of work, need provision now. Third, center, the prosperous nation's coin. This amplifier, multiplier, and element rapidly multiplies what you have. Position 4, ancient wisdom country coin. Divine guidance and spiritual harmony ensure the multiplication serves virtuous ends rather than selfish greed. Coin from the country you've never visited, 5th from head. This symbolizes destiny, expansion, and fortune coming through hidden doorways.
This order flows from who you are to where you are, amplified by global riches, directed by ancient wisdom to your destined future. The coins make a trail under your head where consciousness is, imprinting this pattern on your subconscious during sleep. Midnight blessing. At midnight, place your hand over the pillow with coins and say the blessing in Hebrew or English. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehakol bara lichvodo. Bless you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who made everything for your glory. Please use these 5 coins, representing 5 nations and 5 human endeavors to provide. Multiply these in the unseen while I sleep. May I awaken to discover growth beyond my control. Grant multiplication for your glory per your will. God is the source, coins are tools, and multiplication fulfills divine purposes, according to the benediction. Without this frame, the practice becomes sorcery, manipulating spiritual laws for personal advantage. It becomes cooperation with heavenly seed time and harvest principles when framed properly. Why it works while you sleep. Conscious resistance ends during sleep. You shut down your analytical thinking, which says, "This won't work," or "I don't deserve wealth." Your subconscious, which understands symbols, remains active. Your subconscious mind processes multiplication, provision, expansion, and divine favor while the coins under your pillow touch. Something else occurs. Jewish mysticism says your soul ascends to receive guidance and blessings while sleeping. With the coins properly beneath your head, your ascending spirit sends the multiplication request to the source of all provision. Waking up brings the benefit into the physical world through natural but heavenly means. The multiplication stories. From her mother-in-law, a Jerusalem widow with 5 children and heavy debt learned this method. She deposited 5 pennies as directed and blessed. She received a hidden fortune from a distant relative within a week, enough to pay off her bills. Her family was supported by a business opportunity within a month. A rural American farmer facing foreclosure attempted the procedure skeptically. He used travel coins, including his grandfather's Polish coin. The multiplication was gradual. Greater crop yields than neighbors despite same weather equipment that should have failed, lasting years longer. Buyers paying premium rates for no reason. 5 years later, the farm thrived. Tomorrow, we'll unveil the 30-day routine, including how to prepare the coins, the lunar timing that maximizes effect, multiplication signs, and the fatal mistake that turns blessing into curse.
The accountant was confused by his worksheet. The numbers were confusing. He'd been putting 5 coins beneath his pillow for 3 weeks, following his uncle's traditional ritual. He expected a minor bonus or debt repayment, but this was different. A client paying early for expedited service he hadn't asked, a tax return he forgot about, and a billing error in his favor that the company urged him to keep were all unexpected deposits in his business account. Nothing major, but 6 occasions in 3 weeks, more than his monthly pay. He opened his desk drawer and looked at the 5 pennies he carried daily after the 30-day sleep program. They looked nothing special, but the pattern was clear. Money was coming from unexpected places. He immediately understood his uncle's warning. Don't expect lottery victories. Expect natural but divine multiplication. When it arrives, give proportionally or the flow will reverse. The whole 30-day activation technique, signals of multiplication, and how to maintain the flow are now available. 5 coin preparation. Cleanse and consecrate your coins before sleeping. Coins absorb tension, avarice, despair, and curses from many hands. This must be cleared before blessing them. Day 1. Salt water wash each coin. After soaking coins in sea salt water for an hour, they will be spiritually cleansed. Clean water and a white cloth should be used after soaking. Day 2. Sunlight the coins from sunrise till noon. Put them on a white cloth outside or on a windowsill in direct sunlight.
sunlight provides spiritual truth and clarity, cleaning and energizing coins. Day 3. Bless each penny individually. Hold them and say, I devote this currency to divine provision. May country name bless me. May righteousness abound. Each coin's purpose is customized. The 30-day sleep program involves putting pennies beneath your pillow after 3 days of preparation. The 30-day sleep cycle. Placing the 5 coins in order beneath your pillow before bed for 30 nights. If you skip one night, the 30-day cycle starts over. Each night builds spiritual momentum, therefore consistency important. Place your hand over the pillow and say the blessing every night at midnight or close to it. Setting an intention before bed that the blessing activates at midnight works if you're asleep. Important rule: provide more during these 30 days. Even amid a financial crisis, donate time, resources, kindness, or small amounts of money to those in need. Coins multiply what you circulate, not what you keep. Clinging tightly prevents flow. The lunar time secret. The 30-day technique works at any time, but practitioners report better results when starting during the new moon, when lunar energy stimulates initiation and growth. The waxing moon phase, new moon to full moon, aligns with multiplication by bringing growth and expansion. Advanced practitioners start the 30-day cycle at new moon, peak multiplication velocity around the full moon, day 14 to 15, and finish as the moon wanes, symbolically discarding the old to make place for the new. The 7 activation signs. How do you verify coins work? Watch for these 7 indicators during and after the 30-day protocol. First, unexpected debt repayments. People pay you back money you wrote off, refunds arrive, and billing errors favor you. The cosmos favors you. Second, premium payments. Clients or employers offer more than expected. Tips rise unexpectedly, and people value your labor more than you charged. Third, unexpected employment offers, business proposals, and investment opportunities arise. Formerly locked doors open. Fourth, lower expenses. Expectedly expensive items come in under budget. Discounts materialize, and critical items become affordable. Fifth, financial calamities didn't happen due to protective prevention. The car that should have broken down runs. Bills are postponed until payment is made. Sixth, goods multiply. Groceries last longer. Gas tanks last longer. Resources seem to reproduce without explanation. Seventh, generosity. You can give more. Since true multiplication constantly increases generosity, this confirms flow. After 30 days, day 31, take the coins out of your pillow. Wrap them in white fabric and store them in your wallet, purse, desk drawer, or safe. Your seed coins, activated conduits of provision, work even when you're not sleeping. Bring one daily as a reminder and anchor. Some keep all 5 in their wallet, others in their cash register or desk drawer. Respect matters more than location. Never spend these coins. They're spiritual tools now, not currency. Multiplication maintenance. You must cultivate thankfulness and generosity to preserve the flow. Say, "Thank you for this multiplication," whenever you see unexpected provision. This keeps you aware of the pattern and strengthens spirituality. Giving should increase proportionally to receiving. Give out 10% more if multiplication increases revenue by 20%. Coins create wealth for circulation, not hoarding. Be a conduit, not a reservoir, and flow continues forever. Reversal warning. If you use the multiplied wealth for selfish indulgence while ignoring others' needs, fail to acknowledge the source and believe your own cleverness caused the increase, stop giving and start hoarding, or teach this practice to someone who will misuse it, the practice becomes a curse. The unexpected income stops, expenses rise, and losses occur gradually. Repurify the currencies, boost generosity considerably, and redo the 30-day system with humility if the flow reverses. Ancient wisdom awakened. 5 coins, 5 nations, 30 days, a blessing. The formula is simple, yet respect, preparation, and justice yield significant results. Multiplication follows spiritual rules of provision and circulation, not magic. Begin tonight. Get 5 coins. See what happens when you sleep with blessing seeds under your head.